Hi, my name is Abhay. I'm a 27-year-old surreal contemporary artist. My hometown is Jalandhar, Punjab, and I'm residing in Gurgaon. That's where my studio is, and I'm an artisan.
Welcome to No Pressure, the podcast where creatives tackle the tough questions about the business, honestly and without the stress. Today's guest is Abhay Sehgal, Delhi-born, Chicago-trained contemporary artist and the mind behind Code Brown, a streetwear label rooted in surrealist art and cultural storytelling. Abhay's work blends psychology, pop mythologies, and Indian iconography into vibrant paintings, digital collages, animations, and fashion. From gallery shows across Miami, Mumbai, Brooklyn, and Dubai, to collaborations with Prada, Coca-Cola, and special commissions like Chicago Darbar and Ranbir Kapoor's wallpaper, he's crafting brand new ways of seeing and wearing culture. What is the first thing that jumped out at you as different between the art world there and the art world here?
As an artist, I felt once you're out there and if the people love what you do, it takes like seconds to go viral. That's what I love about India a lot. The word of mouth is very strong.
But how do you walk that line between marketing your work and your creation process?
For me, I was not from a family or a place where I knew a lot of people in the art circle. So my way of putting myself out was social media. In Miami, I saw a lot of artists doing very they're all on social media because they are like, that's how you put yourself out.
If there is one thing that you could say to somebody who's starting out as an artist in 2025.
Listen to your heart more than the audience.
Thank you, Abhay, for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me.
Of course. It's honestly been really interesting to watch from the sidelines, whatever I have been able to see of your journey. But the working assumption for these podcasts that we like doing is that if you had to take us back and tell us where it started and how it started, could you do that?
Well, can I start from school?
Yeah, you can start wherever.
So I've been a boarding school kid since I was 4, and I never thought I'll do art. I was always a sports kid. And art was always a hobby, just a way to distract myself from the class. Just a time pass thing, And then I thought if I have to do something as a career, it might be something creative, which doesn't feel like a burden. Because in ninth grade, I was told to join science instead of commerce. And that felt like a burden, And I was like, man, I don't want to go through something like that again.
Yeah.
So I thought I might as do something creative. So 11th grade, I joined an international school just to go abroad to pursue something creative. And I thought, coming from a business family, I was like, I might open an agency, and graphic design was very at the top notch back then. So I thought maybe we'll do something like that and it'll be a stable career. Yeah. So I always interned into doing something like shoot assistant or graphic design, making posters, in college. I actually chose to become an artist in COVID.
Okay.
I chose to stay in US and I started making my own stuff a lot. And I was like, I want to make something of my own that sells, not listen to anyone and make something, because then I'll be a skillful person, not an artist. So
interesting.
For me, an artist has always been that if your vision comes to life and if someone embraces it, then that is something, then you're an artist. Otherwise, there are a lot of skillful people in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but did you study art?
Yeah.
Okay.
I went to the Art Institute of Chicago.
Okay.
I pursued Bachelor of Fine Arts.
Okay. Cool. When you came back to India, right? I mean, I'm just trying to understand from an education perspective, your exposure in the US and the kind of education that you had. How did that translate upon your arrival here?
Okay.
From an art perspective.
So within college, in Bachelor of Fine Arts, our college was very open to you choosing whatever medium you want to.
Okay.
I switched my careers 4 times in college in 4 years. I started off with graphic design.
Yeah.
Second year, I was doing photography. Third year, I was trying to do animation.
Okay.
And fourth year, I was like, I might as well become a VFX artist or a concept artist for Marvel or Disney, That's what I was doing. And then COVID hit, so jobs closed down. And that's where I realized, let me just practice making my own concepts. Let me try making my own art, the stuff I used to do back in school. So then from there, it just started taking off. I worked as an art salesperson at an art gallery in
Which one?
Miami.
Okay.
I saw people making a literally a good career in art.
Yeah.
I think that was the triggering point, where
Yeah.
you just feel like, ki, man, these guys are making it, so mere mein kya dikkat? Even I can do that.
Yeah.
So that was a very, you got to know the market,
Yeah.
you realized, ki, okay, this is how sales work, this is how the art market works. And that was the start. But I think this thing started working out, and I had to move back because of my OTP visa. And I think moving back to India was pretty much starting from scratch. But at the same time, I didn't feel bad because I was like, if I can do it there, I can do it here. Like everyone said, it's a career suicide coming back. And
Yeah?
yeah, of course. I mean, why have you launched this Artisan?
I mean, fair, but I feel like the reason we launched it was also the fact that the industry is at a really interesting point right now across the board, right?
It is turning now.
Yeah.
And I'm not from Delhi or Bombay, na.
Yeah.
I'm from Jalandhar.
Yeah, fair. Yeah.
So वहाँ पे तो क्रिएटिव करियर ही बहुत बड़ी बात है. आर्ट तो छोड़ ही दो.
Fair.
Yeah.
Okay, but tell me, when you came back, did you work at all on the, like you said you worked at a gallery. Did you work on that side at all over here? No.
I mean, by the end, the last 3 months in Miami, I started making it as an artist. There was this one post I made of an artwork that kind of went viral. So from there, I sold like 2-3 pieces.
Nice.
And that was just a good push start,
Yeah.
And I got the opportunity to exhibit there as well through contacts. Of course,
Yeah.
it wasn't it was credibility too, but I felt like the fact that I was working behind the scenes made it easier.
Yeah, for sure. But tell me, what is the first thing that jumped out at you as different between the art world there and the art world here?
What jumped out?
Like, what was different when you came back in terms of things? If you looked at both of the industries,
Yeah.
what is the biggest difference?
There are a lot of differences, yeah. I mean, there are more opportunities outside if you see it from the starting point, but I think things are changing here now. They're very different. As an artist, I felt if you have a style of work, you'll stand out more in India. Because if you do put something different on the plate, people will appreciate you. And what I love about India is that if someone is good, it takes time to get yourself out there. But once you're out there, and if the people love what you do, it takes like seconds to go very, viral. And not even viral, like people appreciate, they tell other people. And that's what I love about India a lot. The word of mouth is very strong.
Yeah.
In Miami or US, it's like you contact one gallery, you do that, you do a show, वो भी पता नहीं होगा कि नहीं, and then उसके बाद it's like, then it's a separate journey of having something else work out for you.
Yeah.
Here it's like very interconnected.
Yeah,
The
you
roots
make
are
it
very
once,
strong.
you like kind of make it.
Yeah, I don't know what people have an assumption about the Indian market. I don't think
What is the assumption about the Indian market?
I mean, pretty much assumption is that making it as an artist is very tough, and you know how it is. It is tough, but if at the end of the day, your location doesn't matter. It's your mindset.
I love that.
Irrespective if you're in US, if you're in Antarctica, if you're in India, like your mindset is what that will take you ahead. Your discipline and mindset.
Yeah.
So these locations and all, like, it's just a myth.
How did you approach the career? Because at least, and correct me if I'm wrong, but at least from what I've heard around the Indian art circuit, for example, specifically, I mean, music's very different, right? Because our industry works very, very differently.
Yeah.
But what is the baseline to be taken seriously as an artist in India today? Like, how do you look at how the art industry is in terms of inclusivity or acceptance?
I never thought about it, to be very honest. But I think if your work stands out, you'll automatically be credible.
Have you faced any like pushback from the art industry itself? Like, I'm saying like
the industry in
the
general.
art industry, yeah, like not consumer.
Oh, like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course you do. In any career you will. If you start out any career, you will face that. But I just let it out. Like, I don't care about it.
Yeah, at all.
In my head,
It
if I want to
doesn't.
be the best, that's it. Like, I don't care about what other
But what is
person
the
says.
pushback that you faced? Have if you faced anything? Like what is your
I never kept it in my heart, so I don't really remember these things. Obviously, like, there are at times that a person is saying they don't understand what you're making and all, but that's just a part of it, na.
But how do, okay, a lot I feel like a lot of people could also say that you've like done the Instagram side of things really well and
Yeah.
kudos. But how do you walk that line between marketing your work and your creation process? Like are they at all overlapping? Are they different? What is your way of
I actually
looking
did
at
an
it?
interview
Yeah.
a week ago, and
Oh no, we're not the first.
not a podcast, but she asked me the same thing, which was like, how do you balance this social media and your
Yeah.
artist life?
Yeah.
And I told her that for me, I was not from a family or a place where I knew a lot of people in the art
Yeah.
circle. I didn't know anyone. So my way of putting myself out was social media.
Yeah.
You know, because in Miami, I saw a lot of artists doing very, like, you know, they're all on social media because they
Yeah.
are like, that's how you put yourself out. Because US mein networking is either you are like big on social media, or it's if you come from a very like artistic family or
Sure.
whatever the
Yeah,
scenario is.
connections.
So for me, it was always about putting myself out, and the way I balanced it was that starting में I used to struggle, you know, what to post now, what to do, ये क्या करूँ, अब reels भी करना है, you know, like what all should I do?
Yeah.
But then I just kept a discipline, like I kept a schedule to it.
Yeah.
कि these are the days I have to post, these are the days, these are the times I have to post, irrespective if I'm ready or not. I'll
Yeah.
put it out. And dhire dhire when it took off, then you started focusing more on like the branding bit of side. Then you are more comfortable with the camera and telling your stories and all. So I feel like a lot of like artists who are starting out, I think the ones who are starting out are doing a very good job. I think I think so. And a lot of them are very shy. You know, they don't know how to uh, portray their artworks, and they just put their artworks with a caption. So I feel like it's also about storytelling. It's also about branding. I used to do that first. I used to just post my artwork. That's it. Like nothing, no my face, nothing. Like
Yeah.
just my artwork. And then I realized someone SE told me that, you know, people would like to know you. Why don't you try it? So I was like, okay, let me give it a shot. And then I tried putting myself more, and I tried explaining, like I just tried indulging or sharing everyone what I'm going through, what my hustles have been, whatever I plan on doing, what I'm manifesting. I just put it out like a diary, you know, not a personal diary, but a diary that I want a bucket list, you could say. So then the audience really feels that you're a part of their journey, and there are people who will join you when you are at 1 follower, 10
Yeah.
followers, 100 followers. And those are the people who will always stick by you because they see you going through. That's like a part of your friend circle that knows you, but you don't know them. You know.
Do you still interact with people who've been with you since day one as consumers? Like, have
I
you
try.
found
I mean,
channels?
I do try that. The ones who were with me in the start,
Yeah.
and when I had like 200, 300 followers, and you know, they used to comment like, "This is so good." I always make sure I reply
Yeah.
back because I feel like these are the people who actually believed in you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
But that's beautiful, by the way. But tell me, in terms of your creation process, right? Um, what does that look like? Like, do you have a end goal for it? Because you have a very specific style.
Yeah.
So how do you go about that?
Like my whole process. So basically, it depends on which sort of piece you're making. Right now, for example, if I worked on for my New York show, I worked on this carpet series that I created. And since 4, 5 years, I was trying to crack this composition of like, how do I create something so intricate onto something so intricate? Because my style is so intricate and maximalist
Yeah.
that it's very tough to blend in that with a carpet. It almost seems like it would just lead down
Get
to
lost. Yeah.
I don't know, it'll be very bad as a piece. But then I tried practicing it. And the way I do it is I'm going to illustrate everything.
Yeah.
I obviously you have every person who's making an artwork has a reference point. My reference point for these series were different carpets, existing Persian carpets or Kashmiri carpets, Afghani carpets. So I tried looking at all of them, and then I felt like, okay, this is the color combination I'm given. So what it's like, you're given a pan, and what sort of dish can you make with the ingredients you have?
Yeah. Master
So
chef.
yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah.
And I tried just blending it in my style. First, I would obviously do it digitally because I want to be sure of the colors. On such a series, there are very less colors you could experiment with. You can't go very vibrant also, because
Yeah.
it has, if you notice, carpet has 3-4 tones. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
It doesn't have more
Yeah.
than that. So you need to blend in that maximalist style within 4 tones.
Yeah.
And whatever objects you're putting out, so which is why the designing process takes place first. Once I'm sure that, okay, this is the composition that's coming out, then I'll start painting it. So that I am like, I'm not an abstract artist, right? I can't
Right,
like
yeah.
just paint from scratch, or
Yeah.
I'm not from the previous era. I like knowing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And I would rather experiment it before I go physical there.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. But does your process stay the same when you look at different mediums? Because I think the interesting thing that I'm also picking up on is obviously because you have your art, then you have your fashion side of things, which is also art
Yeah.
that is converted. And then now you're talking about carpet. Does your process kind of stay the same across mediums? Do you ever feel like.
It's very different.
Yeah.
Art is very different than fashion. Uh, so 3 years ago, when I moved back to India, my first initiation towards putting myself out there was to apply for Comic Con
Oh,
in
crazy.
Bombay.
Yeah.
I took a booth in Comic Con Mumbai.
Very cool.
I invested into the booth, and I created this concept of combining Indian history with Marvel characters, anime characters, and all. And that's the sort of curation I made.
Yeah.
So I was like, it's not a high ticket place. So what I'll do is I'll put one painting of mine, and I'll put prints. And because I had to start from scratch, so
Yeah.
I had to put prints. And then I was like, what else can I do to sell it as a merchandise? Then I contacted this company, which was, they made hoodies. They print your whatever design you have onto hoodies. Very quick, very like, no quality check, nothing. Just like quickly karo.
Yeah.
And then put it out. And then I put it out, and I saw people responding very crazily to that, which was 3-4 years ago. And I was like, man, if I put my brains into this thing, then I can do really well in it. Like, abhi to, I haven't given it a thought. I haven't properly invested into fashion.
Building that side.
But for me, it's always a different medium. It's not like ki, this is a similar or a separate process, but it's like, for painting, it's canvas, and for this is a fabric.
Yeah.
So what exactly can you creatively make in that?
Yeah. What has been your biggest learning in trying to create the fashion side of things?
Biggest learning?
Yeah.
It's not that hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. Wow. Okay. Cool.
I mean, because when I was starting out fashion, my friends, family, everyone was like,
why?
why? It's like the most competitive market.
Yeah.
And I mean, we're just starting, yeah, right? 8-9 months ही हुए हैं इसको निकाले हुए.
Yeah.
But they were like, why are you joining the most competitive market and all? I was like, bro, I have cracked art. Like, don't tell me ki fashion is not doable. Because like, I don't know. After art, it just seemed like it's obviously very different. But if you have a certain goal you want to reach, then I don't think it matters, where you're going.
I want to ask though, I mean, the aim of this whole thing that we're doing here at Artisan has also just been in terms of translatable skills, right? So, from the perspective of both your art side of things and your fashion side of things, I think a lot of like barriers to entry for artists is also things like shipping. Let's say, for example, I'm just saying, or like logistics, the admin stuff. I love how your eyebrow has gone up straight away. You're like, this is. Were those ever like challenges for you in terms
of course, dude.
Yeah.
Like, even in art, it's a
yeah, your piece
in the
is also
start,
massive.
when I have a lot of collectors abroad, and when I got the first order, I remember I got it from Italy. I was like, how will I ship it? What will I do? that was one whole like
Yeah.
place, and I think you'll obviously struggle, but if you learn it now in that process, then it's quite convenient. And even in fashion, like okay, you're good at designing, what then, like you have to, the vendor will tell you, do the pattern placement, do
Yeah.
this, do that. Then you either do it yourself, or you treat it like a business and you hire the person who's actually good at it. So
So is
you,
that what
instead of
you?
you being all over the place, pick the people who have their fortes.
Yeah.
Then it makes a good pipeline and an efficient one too.
And is that what you've done with Code Brown as well?
You have to do it. I mean, I can't
You
be
have it.
doing pattern placement. I'm not good at that. I'm good at what I do, and I
Yeah.
really believe in, you should find people who are good at what they do,
Yeah.
not make them do something else only what you want.
Yeah. But how do you handle things like inventory and stuff? Because I'm just trying to understand from something that is also niche in the kind of market that you've built. Do you do like mass production? Do you do custom orders?
You
Like how
start slowly. I don't do custom orders.
Yeah.
In fashion, though, I don't do custom orders. I need to have my sanity.
Yeah, fair.
I'll only do it for art.
Yeah.
Um, for like you start with a small batch of 50, 60, and then dhire dhire, when you see the demand going up, then you have it predicted.
You have it ready. Yeah.
Yeah, and also I think when it comes to doing fashion, keeping the inventory, it's very important to keep a count of it. And my family was always into the franchisee business.
Okay.
So my mom pretty much had an idea about uh, how to keep a stock count. And also with Code Brown, I have a partner.
Okay.
He handles the business side.
Yeah.
That's not my side. I I just do my brand. I'm good at branding. I'm good at
Yeah,
designing. So
designing,
that's
yeah.
that's what I'll stick to.
Yeah. I wonder.
Same, what I said.
Yeah.
Find people for your forte and do that. Don't be all over the place.
Yeah,
You
100%.
lose your mind.
Yeah, I can testify to that. But okay, I mean, do you still do commissions though on the art side of things? Like, how
Art?
does on the art side
Yeah,
of things?
keep doing custom orders.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, how do you segregate the kind of like tonality that you take on in there? Because I feel like for a lot of younger artists also, it's about that debate between finding your own voice and then also catering to like requests and different tonalities
I
and
would
that.
suggest find your own voice first. Once you have a language to speak, then let the other person understand your language. If they like your language, then they'll approach you, and then it'll be easier for you to make custom pieces for them.
How did Abhay find his voice? Where did Abhay find his voice?
There's no moment or tone where you find your voice. You just keep doing what you're supposed to do.
How did you end up at the niche that you're in terms of like themes and?
Every wonder is an accident, dude.
Is it because this blew up?
No.
No.
No. I very much wanted to be like Dali's style of work. So when I was in US, I really stuck to surrealism, and I wanted to do just surrealism, very fine art. And then when I moved back to India, I was like, man, this, like, the authenticity factor is missing, which is what I am brought up with. What are my perception towards life? Because being an Indian kid who has seen this boarding life, then gone abroad, like, it's a very different perspective you have. And as long as you're putting your life, your perspective towards how the world brings into you, is what will give you your taste, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Authenticity.
Okay. Is your authenticity accepted or validated by the gallery side of things as well? How does the gallery circuit in India work? Can you break it down?
I
Like,
don't
what
I
is-
don't think I've cracked it. I think automatically it's two-way. You approach a gallery, they like you, they'll start exhibiting your works. Or you do your own thing, you do it so well that then they start approaching you.
Have you been approached by a lot of galleries recently?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. The confidence in your voice is just okay, crazy. And have you exhibited with any galleries at the moment?
I just did other art fair in New York.
No, in India, I'm saying.
In India, I did a solo show with. Lately, I did one solo show in Method, which was 2-3 years ago.
Fine,
Then I did one in Pune. There's this curator, Sapna, and there are a lot of different group exhibits, man.
Have you also done like a solo exhibition outside of a gallery?
I've done 3 solos.
Okay.
One was Method,
Yeah.
World Art Dubai.
Okay.
One was Other Art Fair. 3.
Okay.
Now there are more coming up, which I'll probably announce when it happens.
Okay, we can't say we heard it here. Just kidding. But no, what I'm trying to understand is like, would you go at it solo? Like, do you think, I mean, without the banner of a gallery backing you?
Depends on what you want, man.
Okay.
You know, like I can't be telling it to your our audience as an artisan that this is the way to do it, this is that the way to do it. But definitely, like gallery is one approach, which is the typical approach. The second approach is social media.
Yeah.
That's like something. No one will charge you anything. No one will ask you for anything. Just put yourself out.
Yeah.
If they love you, they love you.
Yeah.
And I think from our generation, we should be very happy that this came out. Like,
Yeah.
I seriously sometimes think I wouldn't have. I don't know how much courage would I have. Or things wouldn't have worked out so quickly
Yeah.
if the social media factor wasn't there. So I feel it's like one platform given to you, which is creative as well as a marketing tool. You should do it. It's not going to take anything away from you.
If you could do anything differently, would you?
From what?
In your journey to get to this point?
It
Nothing.
made me who I am now. So why would I do it differently?
Yeah. What do you think was your hardest day as an artist?
I think when I was in Miami, it was very, like, because I just moved to that city in lockdown. I didn't know anyone in that city.
Yeah.
I just packed my bags and moved. Lockdown was there, so I didn't know anyone. And new job.
Yeah.
First job after college, so you're not making anything.
Yeah.
So overall, it was just like a very tough one,
Yeah.
But that molded me into very, like, something that I'm so glad I did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, let's say after you came back to India as an artist and you started doing this full time, was there ever a moment when you were like,
Yeah, 2 years.
why am I doing this?
Yeah, for 1 year, though, I was just, I had a certain client base back there and I was just trying to do it. And a lot of times I used to just think, I actually, in fact, after 6 months, I moved back. I told my dad, I was like, वापस तो नहीं आऊंगा मैं, but I might just apply for a job somewhere or the other. Those thoughts do come in your head. Obviously, you're a human now. But I felt I'm a very stubborn guy. If I've said that I have to do it, then I'll do it.
Yeah.
Irrespective of the circumstances. But my friends have been very nice. My family has been supportive. So I just even if someone is questioning, I don't let it get to my head. Always felt like fuck it, leave it. Just find something that makes you money.
Yeah.
But I feel like for us as creators, the longer the wait is, the better the outcome will be.
Yeah.
It will take time, no matter what space you're in, dancing or acting or art.
Yeah.
It takes time, but when it works wonders. So believe
I love
in that.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, if you had to break down the top 3 things that you've learned from marketing your art, what would they be?
3 breakdowns from marketing. Number 1 would be definitely you catching on to the algorithm. That is something I hate, but I have to do it.
Yeah.
And
it's worked. To some extent.
It's a hit and try, man.
But I mean, you keep trying and then something will work.
Yeah, you keep trying and you make it work.
Yeah.
The first 3 seconds are very important. That's what I've learned.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think if you find a client in the starting of your journey, not just digital marketing, but since I said in the earlier that the word of mouth is very strong in India.
Yeah.
If it's giving you a tough time in completing their order, just do it. Suck to it, do it. Because from there, at least you'll have one person who'll spread that word of mouth.
Yeah.
Being a rebel is good, but being a rebel when you have nothing on your plate is not good.
Yeah. I
So
love that. Yeah.
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 Third would be oh, third would be that put authenticity. Authenticity is the biggest marketing tool,
Yeah.
which can only come out from you and no one else. No agency can do it for you. It's the more uh, honest and authentic you are towards whatever you're trying to do, the more it will work.
I have a random sidebar question, but do you edit your own content? Have you
Yeah, for
always?
2 3 years I kept on editing my own
Yeah.
content. Now I have a team, but like first I used to do it on my own only.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to see, used to scroll which edit is good, find that, then then try copying the
Yeah.
at least the edit part of it. Try copying the cuts, and also it becomes interesting.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah,
Yeah. Because I feel like a lot of the sort of questions I also face are around two aspects of it. And I'd just love to get your thought on this. One is financial ability to be an artist because supplies are also expensive. And the other is skill required in the periphery of my actual art. So, like editing, marketing, branding, not having maybe access to the right people or the right teams or the right knowledge base for it. So,
see, in the end, when you're starting out, you have to do everything on your own. There is no formula to it. Ki you will find this, that, you'll find this right people. I can recommend you like 5 people right now, but if you're starting out your career, you will have to do everything on your own. And that's the charm of it. Because if you know the core of each and everything, then you'll start understanding how to expand it.
yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what do you think about the financial side of things? Like,
Financial side of things, I'm very lucky. I think I went to, I got the
sure.
freedom
Yeah.
to go abroad and try my education. I really don't think if I was from like a different family background, I it would have been very tough. So I definitely consider myself lucky. But from the financial point of view, at least I stopped taking money post college. So I was kind of hustling on my own only,
Yeah.
although on a platter. So I think I think doing a side hustle into the industry you want to be in is the best thing you can do because you'll start observing a lot of things.
Yeah.
I mean, while I was selling other people's work just to pay my rent, that taught me a lot behind the scenes of art. Because yes, skill is important, but then you realize what is actually people are showing interest in, what are they not, what is gallery actually considering, what are they not. These are the things that you start observing when you work in that industry as something else. Like even as actors, so many podcasts you would hear, they all worked as something else before in the industry. Even I don't know for
ADs,
artists.
producers,
I don't
yeah.
know for artists. I too worked as an art salesperson, art curator, art salesperson.
Yeah.
So I would say that when you're starting out, very important to work in the industry. It's okay to be an assistant also. It's okay to be whatever, but just get in that bubble.
Sure.
I one football example is I play a lot of football. So
Yeah.
I one football example is if I want to be on the field and I want to be a player who's starting the game and all. It as even if I'm the linesman, I'm watching the match, right? So as long as I'm watching the match, I'm seeing what other people are doing, and that's very
Yeah.
important.
That's actually an incredible analogy. I really like that. Thank you. Um, I want to just quickly ask about the perception of numbers, right? Like, I think I know you've worked in different spaces and from a gallery perspective as well. In the Indian market, uh, do galleries care about numbers in terms of like your following, your growth in that space? Like, do you think they're open to younger artists, or do you think there's more receptivity to someone who maybe isn't huge on?
No, actually, I think everyone is embracing whatever you put. It's like this one. I mean, there might be some people who are against it, some people for it, but I do think if you see, my funda is like if you have something different to offer, everyone will consider it. If you have your skill to offer, then there are thousands like you. So
Yeah.
it doesn't matter who, like what your following is or whatever you bring, but it's like if your work talks, if you're good at what you do, then There is no way no one 100 में से एक तो will have an eye for you.
Beautiful. Okay. Um, Before we wrap, I want to quickly ask you something we used to do really like I revisited this morning, and I feel like I've heard a lot of similar answers, but I'm curious. So, what is art to you?
Perception.
Interesting.
Analogy.
You're the only person who said that. You know this.
What did I
Everyone
repeat
says
it?
emotion
No, it's
first.
not emotion.
It's not emotion.
It is emotion, but like perception is a mix of everything, no?
Sure. Yeah.
So my analogy towards whatever I'm giving out is a mix of emotions, actions. It's life.
That's actually, yeah, that's very interesting. Okay, awesome. Just before we go, if I know you've given a lot of advice in different ways and whatever, but if there is one thing that you could say to somebody who's starting out as an artist in 2025, what would that be?
Listen to your heart more than the audience.
I think that's a reminder we all needed.
Yeah, very important.
Yeah. Okay, that's beautiful.
I do feel like whenever a person is starting now, so there will be people like, for example, when I graduated, this one person, he was like, make a custom piece for me, make a dog portrait for me, you know. So मैं मान गया, obviously I'm desperate, I'll agree to it and I wanna do it, but then I realized that how important is it to just practice on my own
Yeah.
before, like taking these. And I think once you take that order, then you'll have a habit of creating what's already there.
Yeah.
So as an artist, it's very important to have originality and your style of work. That won't come out. So it's very important to keep a balance of it. It's okay to take it, but keep a balance of it. Just have that in mind.
Yeah.
And don't ever feel that you're not ready. You'll always feel you're not ready. Just
I think everybody in this room can testify to that.
yeah, I mean, so
Yeah.
many times we hesitate to submitting a job application, whatever,
Yeah.
because we feel okay, we can do better, but
Yeah.
might as well do it. 4 दिन में क्या हो जाएगा?
I think I definitely needed that today.
Yeah.
But okay. But thank you so much for doing this. This has been really insightful. And yeah, it was
Thank you
lovely
for
chatting
having
with
me.
you. Yeah.
Thanks, Meher.
If you enjoyed this conversation, like, share, and subscribe to help us bring you more unfiltered creative stories. Got someone in mind for our next guest? Drop your suggestions in the comments and don't forget to hit the bell icon so you never miss an episode.